Hello and welcome to another Blues Focus match preview, where next up for us is Northampton Town at St Andrews, a Saturday 3:00. The first time that's happened since September, where we faced Peterborough United and beat them 3-2. So back to the usual routine of a Saturday 3:00 at St Andrews, and Northampton Town are the visitors. In Northampton Town, they beat Leicester City under 21s 3-0 on Tuesday, but before that, they actually lost 2-1 to Kettering Town in one of the big FA Cup shocks of that weekend, and it was Noel Ranger that got the winning goal, so a bit of a blast from the past with that name. But John Brady, their manager, has been there since 2021. They've got a few injuries at the moment. Tyler Roberts actually leading the line for Northampton on loan from Birmingham, but he'll be absent from the game, I imagine, because he's on loan from Birmingham and he got red carded in his last league game against Lincoln as well. So Northampton Town, it's been a bit of a mixed bag for them, but to get more information on them, I spoke to Danny from All Cobblers to me to, just assess the team and also give a score prediction as well.
Hi guys, Danny here from the It's All Cobblers to Me podcast. Looking forward to the trip to Birmingham on Saturday. Well, kind of looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's going to be a good atmosphere at the very least. On the pitch, maybe slightly worried. But yeah, let's just to talk about this season a little bit so far. Overall, it's been very, very hit and miss so far for us this season. It was always going to be a bit of a struggle coming into the season, budget-wise, knowing the sort of strength that yourselves and the likes of Wrexham, even Stockport, Mansfield coming up the other way, we're going to bring. It was always going to be a case of we need to stay up first and foremost and then see what happens after that. We had a reasonably good first season last year. Finishing 14th was probably slightly above the level that we expected. But coming into this season, I think still survival is key, with just about above touching above water in the relegation battle at the moment, if you can call it that. So far, we've had a few standout results like beating Huddersfield 3-1 away from home. We've importantly beaten teams around us recently, like Leyton Orient at home 1-0, Crawley at home 3-0. So that's the kind of result that's really kept us going and kept us above that line so far. The Huddersfield result in itself, especially now, looks a really, really good result. Going to Stockport and getting a point as well last Tuesday was really good and really important. We've come from 2 down to draw at Barnsley as well. Earlier in the season, so it has been hit and miss, but we have shown that we can maybe come and pull off a result sometimes. I think that's going to be a very, very big ask on Saturday, but hopefully we've got something in us. We're just coming off the back of a horrendous performance and result last weekend against Kettering, which I'm sure everybody saw, losing 2-1 after extra time to local rivals who are 4 steps below us in the league pyramid. Just a really, really bad performance. We digested it for a good 2 hours on the pod last weekend in a bit of a therapy session. But yeah, really, really difficult to watch that game, and fair play to Kettering, but we were just not on it at all. We did win on Tuesday night in the EFL Trophy. I don't think we can put too much on that, but still good to get a win just to get back into a habit before the weekend, I guess. But still a lot of work to do. Thoughts on John Brady? It's very, very mixed at the moment, I think you can say, with Brady. Most of the fan base is still on board with him. He's done wonders for us. He's completely changed the face of the club from top to bottom since he's been here. Changed the recruitment side of things. He's put in a whole heap of passion on the sidelines. He's connected well to the fan base. There's just been a few questions this season when we have struggled, so the likes of the 4-1 defeat at Wrexham, the defeat last weekend, where questions have been asked. There was a home defeat to Wycombe where things just weren't changing well enough. We've had 3 defeats in a row in September and October, where defensively we just looked completely all over the place. He tends to be able to pick it up without it getting into a full-blown disaster. So we're hoping after Saturday maybe that we can start turning things around again, because he has got a habit of being able to pull his players out of a bad spell and bring them back up again. And hopefully we can somehow get something on Saturday, or some kind of performance even, just to kind of reset us again. But definitely a mixed bag in terms of thoughts on the manager at the moment. I think he's got so much money in the bank, though, in terms of his promotion, what he did for us over the last 3 years, that I think he'll be absolutely fine for the time being, at the very least. On the pitch, I think we expect to set up usually in a 4-3-2-1 formation usually. Sorry, that's not right. 4-2-3-1. That's unless we're going ultra defensive. 4-2-3-1 usually for us. Whether he tweaks that, knowing the opposition, knowing your strengths, I'm not sure. We have got an awful lot of injuries that John Brady will keep talking about non-stop. And yeah, we're looking for a central striker because we don't really have one. Obviously, Tyler Roberts on loan from you is doing very, very well so far. He's so impressive. He's probably a step above most players in the squad, but I assume he's going to be ineligible. We haven't really heard confirmation on that, but I think he will be ineligible to play on Saturday. We're without, we think, Sam Hoskins. We're without Tom Eaves, we think. So we really, really struggled against Kettering to get a hold of the ball up front, and that's one of the key things to this setup, is that we look for that kind of central striker to play the hold-up role. So that could be a bit of a struggle for us if we haven't got anyone back fit, ready to take that role on. But I still expect us to go with that formation, see if we can find some sort of solution to that. In terms of players to watch, I think with Roberts out, the next best player probably is Tariq Fosu. He's formerly at Brentford, came in again, another player with an extra level to his performance, I'd say. Very much reminds us of Mark Leonard from last season, in that you could tell he's a step above everyone else in the squad. His quality on the ball, the way he thinks, the way he plays, it's effortless sometimes as well. So he'll be probably the one that we look to try and create something going forwards. That he will be the one probably that if we are to get anything, he'll have to come up with a moment of magic. I think sometimes we get something from Mitch Pinnock, sometimes he'll whack one into the top corner out of nowhere. So he's got the ability to ping crosses in, to ping corners in, and to make something happen that way. But for the most part, I think it will be the likes of Fosu that will try and make something happen. Score prediction for the game. It's a very, very tough one for us. We all know what to expect from Birmingham. We all know it's going to be a massive, massive challenge, and if we're going to get anything from the game, we're going to have to be at 120%, and you're going to have to be at about 50. So I think I'm going to have to go for a Birmingham win. I think we might score, but I'll go 3-1 Birmingham, I think, for this one. But all the very best to you guys for the weekend and for the rest of the season, and hopefully chat again soon.
So that was Danny there giving a 3-1 prediction for Birmingham. It's actually betting against his own team, and I echo Danny's thoughts in the fact that I'm pretty confident for this game. I imagine there won't be too much tinkering from the team that faced Sutton, because that was essentially our first team. The only change I could see happening is Luke Harris coming out and Alfie May coming in. I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory for Birmingham, because I see us being quite solid at the back at the moment. Ben Davis coming in, really impressive. And that right back situation, I imagine Led is the first choice, because we saw in the first game of the season against Reading that Led was the right back that Chris Davis selected. And it seems to be that a lot of the passing patterns end up with a ball over the top for Led to latch onto with his pace. So yeah, confident back four, confident in the team to get a 2-0 victory, I imagine. And that should hopefully get us back to the top of League One, because Wycombe have overtook us, but we've got a game in hand. We've got a bit of momentum on our side as well. So hopefully we can leapfrog them back into control of League One. So if you like this video, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, keep right on.